2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K. DA, take it away.
Hey, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. If you look at Boston, they couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And when you look at Los Angeles, they've done exactly what they set out to do. Start strong, position yourself early, and then make everyone believe you're a championship contender.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Dennis Schroeder. Davis is out there with LeBron James. Then there's the Miracle Man, and it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. And for the Grizzlies, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Then there's Ja Morant. Then it's Brooks, and it's Melton in at the 2 guard. Here's Morant, following the basket by Anthony Davis. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. And here we go, LeBron heading to the hoop.
Yeah, you know, LeBron plays a very mistake-free game, usually in the open court, and when he's out on the break, the points are almost a guarantee.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Here's Valanciunas. Rebound the Lakers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotage. I mean, they'll have to be much more focused this time around.
Lakers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Now here's Morant. He's coming off a 16-point game against Golden State. From deep, Morant with another miss.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game. And what an incredible shot in the arm for this franchise. The opportunity to draft a potential superstar in Ja Morant, and they had only a 6% chance of landing that number 2 overall pick.
This is it to Melton. Outside Jackson. Here's Valanciunas. His last outing, 16 points for him. Clock at 4. They've had a lot of good players come through Memphis over the years, GA, but probably no one with Morant's upside.
He has future league MVP potential. Once the three-point shot is consistent, once he cuts back on the turnovers, I just don't know how you stop him.
Brooks against LeBron. Morant surveying the D. Back to Jackson. Top of the key, Morant. Here's Melton. He's guarded by Schroeder. And the second chance effort by Jackson.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
The drive by James. Up and in on the layup. LeBron's got 6 points.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
To the inside, Melton. That's tipped, and he gets it back. The pass to Valanciunas. Poked loose. They're running. Here's Miracle Man, and he lays that one in.
And now they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy fast break basket.
And up before again for the Lakers, running the court. Jumps up, and the dunk by James.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, There are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble from three and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Allen outside. Pass to Tillman. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Harrell. Back to Gasol. The wide open look here for Kuzma. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, they seem to be forcing things out there, trying too hard, pressing. When you do that, the turnovers pile up quickly.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Allen's shot is off. And here's Los Angeles. They're on an 18-4 run. To the paint. Unloads from 9. No good on the shot. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The Grizzlies with another miss. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. And now it's Allen running. He can go all the way.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
Here's Harrell. Misses in close.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Allen, that's good.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
And it's Schroeder missing. Bain. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
And, guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Tillman's shot is good.
And, guys, we talk all the time about making the extra pass. Clark there proving how important that concept is.
And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Memphis, Morant and Allen at the guard spots. Anderson is out there with Brandon Clark. And it's Tillman in at the center position. Now here's Morant. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
Even though he's smaller, Morant does not lack assertiveness, which comes in handy down low.
Miracle Man, the pass to Horton Tucker. Kuzma against Allen. The shot's good from Kuzma. Kuzma's got his second bucket of the night.
Kuzma excellent at using his height and touch to perfection. Very confident player.
And Clark, it was a roller coaster season, to say the least, for Kyle Kuzma. Saw his role get diminished on the Lakers, and his stats across the board were down.
Yeah, Greg, you go back to your playing days, mine as well. It's hard for young guys early in their career to understand role playing. They equate their production with minutes and accolades as opposed to contribution for the team. And Kyle Kuzma has tremendous talent, great versatility. Early in his career, I think he's going to be fine in the long run.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
The Grizzlies pull it in. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Los Angeles leading by 6. James outside. Davis down low, guarded by Jackson. And it's Davis missing. Grizzlies have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. That's
that was a strong dunk.
Yeah, that's fire right there. Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fella.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's Davis. Second chance effort, and the layup is up and in. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
And it's never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
And you look at Morant, almost all the way up there in the top spot. I don't know if he'll make it to number 1, but you'd have to say he's going to be a part of the contest for sure.
It's looking that way, and the contest will be a lot better off having him in it. He always puts on a show.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going. Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Now here's James. He had 19 points in the win against Oklahoma City. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Davis is really the total package. A mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Lakers. Los Angeles leading by 5. The drive by James, and James throws it down.
So special and exciting to watch greatness. LeBron James tonight playing at the highest level.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Taking a look at the Lakers. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, Memphis, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
You know, for Los Angeles, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the Competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Schroeder, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Davis against Brooks. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. For Los Angeles, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Now a look at the stats for him.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Harrell, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. And Kyle Kuzma's subbed in for Miracle Man. Now here's Anderson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. That's good from Davis on the assist by Kuzma.
And I tell you what, AD is able to brush off those defenders with ease because of how strong he is. That's what they call weight room.
Morant against James. Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
He gets that one. Harrell's got his first points of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And that one's good. Schroeder. And it's an 11-point Laker lead.
There is a bunch to appreciate about LeBron's game. His passing is off the charts. Just look at that feed.
And James picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. 7 seconds left in the second quarter. And slam dunk by Clark.
Sometimes you just wonder, how did Morant see that guy? The vision is special.
And he gets the bucket.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it.
And so it's Los Angeles. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 14 points.
Last season, Kenny, maybe the ultimate pairing of superstars.
And that does it for our...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there by James.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got Marc Gasol. LeBron James is out there with Miracle Man. Then there's Harrell. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 spot.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Melton passes to Valanciunas. Marc Gasol picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So it's the Grizzlies now. It's a 13-point game.
Boy, you can see the connection these guys have. They ran the play well. The defense had no idea how to deal with it.
And where Brooks seemed to have carved out a niche, GA, his consistency from range and from the line.
Kev, if you can space the floor and hit your free throws, you're going to be in the rotation. Brooks really came into his own last season. And the more he refines his shot selection, the more valuable he becomes to this team.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Now, John Morant says in an era of 5-star recruits, he was a no-star recruit coming out of high school. And that put that big chip on his shoulder. Now he has beneath no one tattooed on his arm. He says, my dad always told me that I was trained to go. Basically, that I'm built for the moment. And guys, his time is now.
Sure is, D.A. Thank you.
And, you know, this is where James is most dangerous, attacking and looking to tear into that defense.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on, and you're right. I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers, and, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Now here's LeBron, 19 points in the game. Miracle Man. Los Angeles with another miss.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Brooks with no one around. It's good from long range. Brooks has got 10 points.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Timeout called the Lakers.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Rebounded by Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Here's Melton, and the lead is down inside single digits. 5 points in the game.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Harrell down low. Jackson on him. Harrell, that's good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And the Miracle Man is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Lakers leading by 11 to the wing right side. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Boy, Kuzma's such an impressive player, able to dial it in from these in-between spots with relative ease.
Melton passes to Brooks. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Kyle Kuzma picks one up. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Some changes for Memphis. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Anderson comes in for Melton. And Allen subbed in for Morant. Down low, Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
You know, I think Kuzma's the kind of guy you've got to push out of the paint. When you don't, this is what happened.
Allen with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And the dunk by Jackson.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Here's Miracle Man, again, Los Angeles.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Brooks.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Miracle Man drops in the layup for 2. Miracle Man's got 14.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
And stolen by Kuzma. One-on-one fast break. Here's Miracle Man. Here's Drummond. Second chance shot. And the rejection by Jackson. to the inside. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Allen.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
And the Lakers call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Clark kicks to Anderson. Allen up top. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Lakers leading by 11. Inside, Schroeder laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Schroeder's got his second bucket of the night.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Watching the line there, that'll be a backcourt violation.
Seems to me as though he's lost his way a little bit in the second half. He'd been turnover free before the break. That's certainly not the case anymore.
James against Anderson. James in the post. It's good. James has got 21 in the game.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Allen surveying the D. Anderson outside. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Not letting that one fly. Drummond using his height and wingspan to deny the shooter.
And yes, it's good. James has got 9 points here in the second half.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, to glide in and reverse it home like that, so sweet.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He's at the quarter-century mark, 25 points for him. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got John Morant. Kyle Anderson is out there with Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Tillman in at the 4. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's Miracle Man, guarded by Morant. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. And Davis gets it to go. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Trailing by 19. Pass to Valanciunas. And Gasol sends it back.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Lakers.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points. I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Unloads from 13. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Anderson gets it to go.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Marc Gasol. About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. Here's Miracle Man, guarded by Morant. The Grizzlies trail by 17. Here's Melton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Morant dishes to Valanciunas. And it's blocked. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds in the game. Morant passes to Tillman. Back to Morant. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. And he bangs it home with one hand.
You know, with each season in the league, AD's become more of a facilitator. Actually, he's much more aware of how to make plays for his teammates.
Here's Morant. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Los Angeles leading by 19. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Brooks checked in. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Lakers have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. In the corner, it's James over Brooks. That one rolling around and rims out. Memphis has gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They are 4 for 9. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his first foul. Jackson, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. On the wing, Jackson. He's guarded by Davis. Just 5 on the clock. And the Miracle Man is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Drummond's checked in. And so here's Memphis. 17-point game. 6 on the shot clock. And he lobs it up toward the rim. It's stolen by Davis. Here's LeBron. And Davis throws it down.
Well, Davis, one of the hardest working and best rebounders in the NBA, showing you great effort that time.
Timeout called the Grizzlies. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, LeBron James.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
The Grizzlies trail by 21. Pass to Melton. And Davis sends it back.
Davis's anticipation and timing, so good at the defensive end. This guy is a shot blocking machine.
They grab their own miss. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. And the first one at the line is good. And it's been said that history is written by the victor. Certainly holds true in sports, don't you think, Greg? And with that in mind, do you think titles are overvalued when evaluating the great players, individual players in history?
You know, Kevin, I think so. Having said that, I think championships do matter, obviously, and in the NBA. In basketball in general, one guy can have more impact, right? Because you only play 5 and you play both ways. So it does have something to say, but I don't think that completes the narrative. You know, there's some tremendously talented guys, Karl Malone, Elgin Baylor, Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson, a lot of greats who never won it. It's easy to count those rings, but measuring greatness has to take in the whole picture.
Hall of Famers, all of them. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend. Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Jackson passes to Concho. The Grizzlies with another miss. And so it's the Lakers with it. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. That shot off the mark. Looking to end the run, and it's sent back by Drummond. Here's Miracle Man, and that one off the back of the rim and in.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For